Hey, so this week we're asking the question, do you follow the trends when decorating your home or do you break the rules? Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
I need your hand. Put it up. No, not like that. Like this. Put it up. 3, 2, 1. All right, now it's your turn.
Okay. I look forward to whatever you create each week.
It's the most important decision of my day. How do I 3, 2, 1 today? Mm-hmm. Hey, this is Trent.
And this is Jen, and this is the Your Home Renewed show where we talk about the why behind the DIY. So this week we are tackling trends and then breaking the rules. We're being bold.
We're breaking bad this week.
I don't want to break bad.
Okay.
Let's break good.
I mean, just for a couple of months. Just a couple of months.
We would be set.
And then we're done. Then we're totally done. And
But there's a problem. We don't have any science behind us at all.
We could watch the show, figure it out, figure out the recipe. We just need an RV.
RV.
Yeah.
And tiny whities.
How do we style the RV? Tell us. Let's see.
That's going to be a whole episode.
Yeah,
Thinking of Breaking Bad, here's how you style the RV. No. So in all seriousness, trends come and go, and it is always a design dilemma because you're thinking, okay, well, do I follow the trend? I really don't care for the trend. What do I do when it may not reflect your style? So we wanted to dive a little bit deeper into that to maybe help you if this is a dilemma that you are facing.
Do you think you're trendy?
Yes and no. I do like to explore new design ideas that come out. And, sometimes it's like, well, I'll try that in my home. But with trends, I do hold on to them a little bit loosely because I know that they are only here for a very short season.
Cyclical. That's what the scientists call it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Wow. You're just like an
encyclopedia. Like from the 70s, the green and white one that sat on your shelf and you never opened. That's pretty much my brain.
I had the blue ones.
Oh, okay. World books.
Well, I think when it comes to trends, you have to discern what is a passing fad and what is something that is here to stay. Way back long ago,
Get my cane out.
People might have thought that, lamps with electric light bulbs were a passing fad.
That's never going to last. I tell you what, candlelight's the way to go. Hand me some soup. I want some victuals off the fire. Who needs a stove? We've got flames.
Who's over there that you're talking to?
Hey, you! Listen to me.
This is all day long. This is all day long in our home. Okay, so you're going to have to discern what is going to last when it comes to trends or what is a passing fad.
Like lasting like green shag carpet?
Well, I think that here's a trend that has come and gone. So brick interior walls. I know that those were kind of hot in builds during the 70s and the 80s. But then in the 90s, that kind of all went away.
Wanted that.
And they were covering it up. But now people are bringing back out brick and they're adding those elements back into their home. So that's something that is kind of a cyclical thing. But there are things that I think are flash in the pans that go. I think, like, for instance, shag carpet.
Yeah.
I don't think that is something that...
Dang, I wanted some shag carpet. With the rake?
Yeah.
I've raked my brother's floor
they
once.
do have, thicker plush carpets that you can get. And our son, in his room, he wanted some rugs.
It is kind of green shaggy.
It's kind of shaggy, but it's not like the typical from the 70s
It's
that you
different
saw.
when it's something that's a throwback to something like shag carpet, but it's like in a rug form.
Right.
So it's just kind of a fun accent as opposed to your entire upstairs is the, Graceland. If you've ever been into Graceland, it's pretty tacky.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty tacky because it's, it's like you're seeing a historical, you are. But it's like a time capsule to the tacky.
Wow.
Elvis's tastes weren't the best.
But that's in your opinion. What if
Right.
you have someone who they absolutely love all things 60s, 70s, and
You would want to go to their house and hang out in their crazy, colorful rooms because you would just be like, this is so that person.
and most
and
of the
it's
time,
cool.
the people who are that way, they usually dress like that. They listen to the music that way. They want to drive the same cars. So, I mean, you really deep dive into that. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. So if there is an element of a design style or something that really you truly embody, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Like do it, because the main idea is creating a home that you are going to love and that reflects your style. So you have to ask yourself, is breaking the rules okay?
Of course.
Of course. Anytime.
Definitely. So you can follow the trends, but then you can also break the rules.
I think something else that you need to take into consideration is that your styles are going to evolve. Like, okay, let's take, for instance, your music studio.
Yep. At first, I thought black walls everywhere were just going to be the coolest vibe ever.
Yeah.
I was going to put all the color changing lights in the ceiling, and it would feel like a club and be very inspirational. And instead, once I got it finished, it felt like a dungeon.
Yeah.
And there's no windows in this room.
Right.
So it really did feel awful down there.
Yeah.
And I had to completely change it to where the walls were completely white. And then suddenly, when I turned on the mood-changing lights, it actually worked better.
And it reflects the colors.
Yeah, it reflects the colors better, and now all the artwork on the walls really pops, and it just feels a lot better. So that's, I was kind of a dark wall guy for a while, and now I'm a little bit of a lighter wall guy, and, dark. But now I like dark accent walls.
Right.
And that's kind of cool. So, I mean, yeah, you kind of mix and match.
That's right.
And
Well,
learn to evolve.
I think that color is coming back. We've gone through a huge white phase where all the walls are white, all furniture is white, and now we're entering back in where people are either adding a darker piece of furniture or, like you said, a dark accent wall. But I'm even thinking of like maybe painting a couple of rooms like a bold color that creates that moody feel.
That'll be
so
fun.
I think that it just depends on what you're trying to create for that room. So all that to say, break the rules.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to totally do that.
And yeah, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the trend of white colored walls for a while. And then you slowly change with the styles and you get tired of something and you try something new and you see a picture and you go, hey, that looks cool. I want to try that, And that's kind of the fun of all this.
Yes. Well, so when it comes to doing that, then you have to think about the money behind it.
Of
So
course.
do you
It's never part
buy
of the never not part of the conversation.
So do you buy the trend or do you try to save money since it may be a passing trend and you
don't want to
DIY
invest
it?
in something heavily. And I think in our case, most of the time we are DIYing.
Yes.
I would say 99% of the time we just DIY our own style based on what you've seen.
Right.
So yeah, when you showed me one day that there was a lamp in a magazine for what, $1,000?
Oh no, $2,000.
$2,000 for a lamp? I mean, I thought, who in the world, even a rich person, why would they say, I'm going to just buy this It's a lamp. And it didn't look. I mean, if it's a lamp, I want a lamp that's like taller than my house and or it's like shaped like Darth Vader or something. Now that's a $2,000 lamp, but not this thing that just sits on it. So you saw a lamp that was very expensive and then you just made your own and it looks just like it. And it was like $15 or $5 from the garage sale.
Well, another thing that we did, like if you go to the big box stores, you can buy shiplap. They actually sell these pieces of wood, but as we know, lumber prices have increased. And to go buy that wood, it is a pricey investment, but we put shiplap in our master bathroom, and we didn't want that expense of buying the pre-made shiplap wood. So we used a table saw and we ripped a 4x8 sheet of plywood down to create our own look.
Yeah.
And so that
It looks great.
It does look great.
Yeah.
By the way, I might want to change that
Yeah.
soon.
See? Moving on. So I think you probably need to have a moment of reality to yourself and ask, do I really need the highest priced thing? Or is something from Target good enough?
Right. Well, and then, if it is a passing fad, is it worth that investment
Right.
if you're going to swap it out 5 years later?
That's right. Yeah.
I say no.
Imagine the $2,000 lamp falling off the dresser or something and busting on the floor. I mean, could you imagine that? If your $5 lamp that looks beautiful fell off, you'd be like, well, might as well go get another one.
Yeah.
No problems. Man, $2,000 for lighting.
Is that because I'm so klutzy? Because I bump into things and I've broken a lot of things?
Yeah. If you have a clumsy person in your house, then you may want to buy the cheap stuff all the time. Yeah.
So I think the big question in following the trends or breaking the rules is, first off, defining your style and figuring out what resonates with you. And, there could be that problem of, okay, well, what if I like classic and vintage and you like sleek and modern?
Yeah.
Well, so now we're going to have to figure out how to marry those styles together. Yeah. That's, but I think the biggest thing is copying everybody that is out there. That's kind of boring because
snooze fest.
Well, it doesn't reflect your own personality.
Yeah.
So I think that you definitely need to keep that element of something that you love. Like I love to stalk houses on Zillow and Realtor because first off, I love to know what the market is doing around us, but I also look for design ideas in some of those newer homes. And I looked at a house the other day and this person loved clocks. Yeah. I mean, there were clocks all over. And the top of their kitchen cabinets, they had little cuckoo clocks all the way around the top, which is like, okay, well, she loves clocks or he loves clocks, and that is in their home. And they are displaying it proudly and they love it. And it was done in a nice way that it didn't look like a hoarder or, it wasn't weird. So
now you might move in and go, oh, I got to, I don't want that many clocks around, but that was that person. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make.
Okay.
So, we don't really have a lot of, or any really, like family photographs and portraits hanging all over the wall. But I've always wanted a special kind of family portrait. Like, the ones where we're all kind of in matching outfits. And we got some like loafers on and everybody's like looking so good in the leaves in the fall. You've seen those family photos. Probably some of y'all are going, you mean the one that's like, right? Yeah, that picture where everybody's like, oh, we have money and we are just so slick and beautiful, right? But then it's like from a distance, you see us all standing there. And it's like, oh, what a beautiful photograph. And then as your guest would get closer, you'd realize everybody's going, and the worst faces possible. And so it's like, that is my personality.
You want that displayed?
That's what I want hanging in my house. Can we do that, please? You wouldn't do that because you have to draw the line somewhere.
I would draw the line
but
at that.
If I could decorate without you restricting me, we would have those photos all over the house. Family photos.
Is that what would make this home feel like your home?
I could sleep better at night if I had some family portraits like that.
I think we have to address this in a totally different episode. I don't know if that fits. Okay, so mixing styles is perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. I think that you can, they call it an eclectic style. But some of the new style trends like the academia aesthetic and so cottage core. So, some of these.
The bespoke?
Oh, bespoke.
Bespoke.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to my bespoke home.
Which is basically kind of like you've created it yourself. Which that's a DIY. So I guess our home is bespoke.
Hey, I guess it is.
That's
Who
really
knew?
Trendy and expensive,
We didn't even know we were so trendy. So let's just come to this conclusion. What makes you feel most at home?
Okay, I think that in order to find that, you do have to maybe kind of go through a list of questions to kind of ask yourself, You know, does your home reflect you?
Yes.
And are you decorating to impress somebody else? Are you decorating to impress you?
Yeah.
And I think that that's what you should do.
Yeah.
I think that you need to decorate in order to make you happy, not,
Yeah.
you know, your girlfriends who are going to come over or your bandmates who are going to come to the music room. It's like, no, you decorate that
Right.
reflects your style.
That's right.
And makes you happy.
Right. And then does the home meet your needs?
Well, I think that that could be compounded into not only just physical, like, do you have everything that you need?
Yeah.
Like, if you are, I don't know, like a certain kind of chef, like an outdoor brick oven pizza maker, do you have an outdoor brick oven?
Yeah.
You know, if that's what you love to do.
Yeah.
So there can be physical elements that you need to add to your home, or the people who love to have like the sauna rooms or what are the cedar rooms that they go into where it's all hot? What's that called?
Like a steam room?
A steam room. Yeah. So, you know, some people love that.
Yeah.
If you have extra space and you can build it, do it. But, you know, I think another element is also, does it meet your needs emotionally? So what does that mean, to meet your needs emotionally? I think that if there are elements that you absolutely hate, like this couch is the most ugly thing. Every time I see it, it makes me mad. Then get rid of it.
Yeah. Right. If it's not working for you.
That's right. Or what if it's uncomfortable?
Yeah, then definitely get rid of it. But I was going to say the opposite. If it's not the most beautiful couch, but is just the most comfy thing and you can't wait to get home and sit on it, keep it and put some, you know, fluffy pillows on there to disguise the...
Fluffy pillows fix it all.
Fluffy pillows and throw blankets, you know. I mean, that's like the fix-all. And I say keep things that are comfortable, even if it's stylish or not.
So the main gist, though, is, does any of it really matter?
Nope.
I think that you have to get to the heart of the issue. So if you're having some sort of dilemma of the trend or breaking the rules, I think that you do need to go maybe a level deeper. Are you trying to be trendy to impress someone? So, okay, well, if you're trying to impress someone other than those who...
Love
other
you
than
and
your,
care about you the most,
then...
Because guess what? They don't care.
That's right.
They don't care if that's the most trendy pillow.
And if that's the only thing that they care about, is if you're on trend, then I think you might need a new
ground
friend.
them.
You're grounded.
You're grounded for thinking about trends.
I think that the deeper issue, though, is just to make sure that you are being genuine to yourself and genuine to your heart. And if you are an outdoor person and you love to have your windows open and you love to, you know, create that space where you can escape to outdoors. Or, you know, if you're a movie buff and you want to have a huge theater room with the subwoofers where the floor rattles and you feel all of that, you know, during the action movie, then build a space to do that. I think that just it doesn't matter what the rules are. And if you love shag carpet, if you love shiplap, then do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I mean, just create that space that's going to make you feel like, I finally have this home that I have always dreamed of.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to help in creating the space that you can't wait to get home to.
So do you follow the trends or do you break the rules? I think we've basically decided that it's a little bit of both.
It is a little bit of both.
But just be yourself. Don't worry about what's going on out in the world around you. Just care about what's happening in your own world and love it and create it and just inspire yourself and surround yourself with things that you like.
Because I think the bottom line is, this has to be a place where you can come home, you can be yourself, you can recharge, and that you leave your home feeling like you can take on the rest of the world because you have been in a space that has fully recharged and reflected your lifestyle and your personality.
And when you make it yourself and do some DIY, then you're not broke after buying that $2,000 lamp.
We hope this helped you out. If you are struggling with the dilemma of do you follow the trends or do you break the rules, we hope that this answers any questions and helps you explore how to create a home that you love and that you can't wait to get home to. If you have any questions, be sure to leave us a comment because we would love to hear from you, and we are also looking for any sort of show idea. So
help us out.
yeah, throw it out there. We would love to help you out as well.
All right, let's do a reverse. This is just for my own pleasure. It's like a reverse. 1, 2, 3. Let us say, earth. I don't know if that's backwards. All right, goodbye.